A song for Pete. I heard word today that the old man who lived by the river has passed over after nigh on to a century of a life well lived, with a mountain of memories left behind. Barge crews on the Hudson will no longer drift off to the waking day's sweet death of sleep, serenaded by Mr. Seeger's raspy voice lullabies and the plaintive plunking of his banjo's chords carried on the water. Rabble-rousers will never find a happier face, the eyes twinkling like the valley stars, the crook-toothed grin of an aging imp, or a heartier voice that so boldly spake and sang truth to power. He'd seen firsthand how unbridled capitalism damn near killed this country, and had embraced without apology what seemed to him to be a saner and safer ideology. While with the Weavers, he'd been to the banquet, seen and smelled the food the fat cats ate, and waved it away when offered, returned to tuning his banjo. He laughed. He loved to laugh. Called the blacklist a joke, content in knowing that not everything that matters happens on television. He talked to his buddy Will Gear, who lived on the left coast, over the long-distance telephone about people power and how the U.S. might still somehow, some way, someday live up to its billing. When Pete piped up about war and poverty, they weren't abstract terms to him. There ain't no good reasons for killing, and poor people anywhere is what the good book means by abomination. And other such Guthrieisms still reverberated in his wise old head, long after the man had gone on. And so Pete fought the good fight, with his songs serving as his weapons, always at the ready on a porch or a concert hall, or in front of a campus crowd of the young people he believed in so fervently to set things aright, making sure they heard the old songs while there's still time. Not much in the way of regretting, I'm sure he'd say, even taking the hatchet to Dillon's amplifier at the Newport Folk Festival with a mischievous grin all the while and hoping to hell there's no electricity in heaven. Speaking of such, the Celestial Choir is quiet tonight, their nightly programming preempted in favor of a long-awaited musical reunion. Paradise has been reconfigured this evening, the environs transformed to a prairie, with the heavenly host finding themselves a standing room only audience, even here, as they watch and listen to the sounds that wash over them like the River Jordan from the tableau before them. 3 men sitting around a small campfire that, judging from the downwind smoke, appears to be cooking a hobo stew of pinto beans, sorghum molasses, bits of bacon, backstrap, maybe some commodity pork, and as their eyes water from the wisp, so do the elect's mouths begin to water for the taste, a welcome reminder of the tactile pleasures they'd enjoyed in long-ago life on a lonely blue planet. Following an introduction by the evening's MC, Mr. Gear, and after some preliminary backslapping and general horsing around, the trio begins to sing and play as the almost forgotten sensation of tears overwhelms the heavenly onlookers as they listen to 3 old friends together again, Pete, Woody, and Huddy, all young again, healthy, happy, all full of piss and vinegar and songs about an America and a world worth singing about. The program begins with Woody's Jesus Christ that he dedicates to the man himself, a song with the same tune as Pretty Boy Floyd, but that seems to be more than okay with both subjects. In betwixt numbers, Woody takes a few draws on a hand rolled, and Leadbelly sneaks a few pulls on a flask, but hey, it's Woody and Huddy, so they get a pass. For such a long layoff, you never know it, what with Pete and Woody's nasally twangs and Leadbelly's high baritone, piercing and intertwining through the moonlit clouds that hang high above heaven. Woody's 5-string keeps rhythm, while Huddy's 12-string and Pete's banjo trade lead. The banjo and the fire both crackling right along in that land that knows no sorrow, and where a picker's fingers never get blood blistered or tired. The show goes on all night, and I do mean all night long. Mr. Seeger performs one of his original compositions, Turn, 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 for the penultimate song on the set list, a song he gleaned from the book of Ecclesiastes, but the preacher seems not to mind one whit. Hey, it's Pete, his countenance seems to say, so he gets a pass. They wind up the show with Mr. Ledbetter's Goodnight Irene. And judging by the sound of the hand clapping, the throaty hurrahs, the shouts of pure unfettered joy, why, you'd sure enough think you had died and gone to heaven. See you in my dreams. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams.